Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready to dive into something dark and magical? We're looking at Saint Siren, a film pitch that's got that black swan intensity with a touch of the witch atmosphere. I'm totally hooked already.
What grabs me is how it takes the classic fall from grace story, that descent from greatness, but then it throws in this supernatural horror twist. It really makes you think twice about ambition and what it can cost you.
Right, like you think you've got it all, then bam, everything spirals. So we meet Mel, this opera prodigy living the high life, but
She's at the top, but she's still hungry for more.
exactly. There's this anxiety, like she's afraid of being overshadowed. Then you've got Beatrix, a local talent with this raw, almost primal connection to music.
Ugh, Beatrix. She's the embodiment of that natural talent you can't teach, the kind that comes from within. And Mel, she craves that authenticity, that deeper connection. It's almost like she's looking for something missing in her own art.
And then things get really interesting. Louisiana, here we come. That setting alone, it's like the air itself is full of mystery.
Oh, totally. You could practically feel the humidity, smell the moss hanging from the trees. Louisiana, it practically screams gothic horror, and it's the perfect backdrop for Mel's encounter with the supernatural. It's like stepping back in time into a world where ancient secrets still hold power.
And those secrets come knocking. Enter Bringer, this mysterious figure who appears to Mel in a dream offering a pact. He says, "Draw me and I'll come near. A wish for a kiss for a wish, and forever you'll be." It's giving me chills. What do you make of that language, that forever part?
Oh, it's a double-edged sword, for sure. It's seductive, offering quick results, a shortcut to everything Mel thinks she wants. But there's this underlying darkness, this sense of an uneven exchange. What will forever actually cost Mel? That's the question lurking beneath the surface.
And it's not like she isn't warned. Her auntie, she can sense something's off, practically begs Mel to steer clear of any mystical bargains. It's like she knows the history of this place, the power simmering beneath.
Yeah, it's that classic horror trope. Don't mess with what you don't understand. Ignore the wisdom of those who came before you at your own peril. And Mel, well, she seems poised to learn that lesson the hard way, driven by her ambition.
And what does she do? Walks right into temptation's open arms. Daystar, the living embodiment of Bringer from her dream, just happens to cross her path in Louisiana. You can't write this stuff.
Talk about a recipe for disaster. It's like the story is practically daring her to make a deal with the devil, literally. And Daystar, with all his charm, embodies that dark side of ambition. Of course, Mel's drawn to him.
Oh, she's hooked. But right before she seals the deal, there's this chilling warning from Beatrix. She says, "You cannot take what doesn't belong to you without being consumed." I mean, first of all, how did she know? And second, that's some seriously creepy foreshadowing right there.
Oh, absolutely. It adds this whole other layer to the story. Like, it's not just about ambition anymore. It's about the idea that some things can't be taken, can't be possessed through shortcuts. True artistry, genuine connection, those things have to come from within, not from some Faustian bargain.
Makes you wonder about all those stories of artists who supposedly sold their souls for fame, right? But here, Saint Siren makes it literal. So what happens after Mel gets her wish? Does she reach those operatic heights?
Well, she does find success, but the pitch is clever in how it portrays it. There's this emptiness to it, like it's not truly fulfilling. It's like winning a prize you didn't actually earn. It just rings hollow.
Totally. And it shows in her music. Even with this amplified voice, her albums lack something. It's like that saying, you can't capture lightning in a bottle, Mel's stolen voice. It's just a pale imitation of the real deal.
Then comes Yeba, who's like the embodiment of everything Mel desires. Raw talent, natural connection. She's like a mirror reflecting back Mel's own emptiness and how far she's strayed from true artistry.
And when Mel tries to make a deal for Yeba's voice too, Bringer shuts her down.
Me.
Even he has limits, right? Like,
Yeah.
Okay, you've crossed the line. It's as if even the embodiment of temptation recognizes true transgression.
There's this sense of balance, of karmic debts. You can't just keep taking without consequences.
And boy, do those consequences come knocking. That voice, her ticket to the top, it starts fading. It's like watching a magic trick unravel. And as that voice disappears, so does Mel's carefully crafted persona. Talk about a gamble gone wrong. Everything's falling apart. So what does Mel do? Heads back to the source of her troubles, back to Louisiana. Like, maybe she can recapture that fading magic somehow.
It's that classic horror trope, isn't it? Returning to the scene of the crime. But this time, it's about unveiling the truth that's been hiding beneath the surface.
And what a revelation it is. A whole secret society right there in the open. The church, the one where Mel first saw Beatrix, it's the heart of it all. A congregation worshiping those ancient siren figures. Louisiana magic is real. and Mel stumbled right into the middle of it.
See, this is where the story takes on a whole new meaning. We're not just talking about personal ambition anymore. We're dealing with ancient rituals, ancient powers, a whole belief system woven into this community.
It's like those stories you hear about stumbling upon a hidden village frozen in time. Except, instead of charming cottages and folksy traditions, we get creepy rituals and a whole lot of unsettling vibes. And that climax, the pitch does not hold back.
It's a slow burn that explodes into this terrifying finale. A horrifying ritual, a sacrifice, and Beatrix, she's at the center of it all, both terrifying and tragic, consumed by the very forces she channels.
And Mel, just a pawn in their ancient game. She underestimated everything, the power she was messing with, the traditions she thought she could exploit.
It makes you think about those places where history and belief intertwine, you know? Places like Louisiana. Mel's mistake was thinking she could control something so much bigger than herself.
And here's the kicker. It doesn't end neatly. We're left with this image of Beatrix, more powerful than ever, captivating that congregation. Mel, gone. But how? Where does his soul go when a deal with the devil goes bad? So many questions, and that's what makes it linger.
Exactly. St. Siren doesn't just rely on jump scares, it gets under your skin and stays there. Those lingering consequences, the things we can't understand, that's where the real horror lies.
Absolutely. But beyond the chills, it makes you think about ambition, the shortcuts we're tempted to take, and what happens when we lose sight of authenticity. The price of fame can be higher than we ever imagined.
It's a story that resonates. It makes you question everything we think we know about success and the lengths people go to achieve it.
Haunting and thought-provoking. That's St. Siren for you. It leaves us with a question. What would you sacrifice for a taste of the extraordinary? Until next time, stay curious.
Nandemoii-SAMA